We finally have more information about the Paint the Night float, Pixar Pier, and even when Pirates of the Caribbean is going to be closing for refurbishment. This is D4E-Ticket News. What's up, guys? It's Jordan again from DisneylandForever.com, and it's been a wild couple of weeks for Disney news, especially just in the last couple of days, so got a lot to cover. Let's get started. You may have heard a couple of weeks ago about an unfortunate incident that happened on the Little Mermaid attraction at Disney California Adventure when the head of the Ursula audio animatronic figure fell off. It was most disturbing to guests because the body kept moving and gesticulating, and the head was still technically connected through the wires, and so the head continued to blink and talk. Cast members quickly held guests off the attraction and dealt with the fears of, the children and the families. But the only reason this really made headlines is because, oddly enough, the exact same thing happened on the same day to the auctioneer figure on Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland Paris. Needless to say, Disney is currently working on this to try and make sure it never happens again. If you're looking forward to the opening of the new Black Panther film this week, then guess what? You're going to be able to meet Black Panther for a limited time starting February 16th at California Adventure Park. They have not yet announced how long this is going to last, but we at least know it's going to start the same day that the movie opens in theaters. Disneyland quietly introduced a new breakfast menu to the Red Rose Tavern restaurant in Fantasyland. This is only a really big deal because there aren't very many restaurants in Disneyland that offer a quick service breakfast. In fact, beforehand there's only been 2 other quick service locations. So now there's a third one. You can find a lot of French-inspired breakfast things as well as classic pancakes and even the Mickey shaped pancake as well. Disneyland this weekend again raised their ticket prices. This has kind of become an annual thing that they do around this time of year. The only tickets that did not see an increase are the value 1-day 1-park tickets, which stayed the same, and the value 1-day park hopper tickets, which actually went down by $10. Everything else, though, saw an increase. If you want more details on what you can expect, then I put an article link in the description below so you can check that out and learn a little bit more about how this is going to affect you in the future. At D23 in Japan, Disney finally announced what the new float is going to be that's joining Paint the Night at California Adventure this spring. And it's going to be themed after The Incredibles, which I know makes a whole lot of sense when you think about it. The concept art looks pretty cool. I'm excited to see it. Paint the Night does return to California Adventure as part of Pixar Fest starting April 13th. Thanks to one of our followers on Facebook, we now know exactly when Disneyland is going to be closing their Pirates of the Caribbean attraction for a short refurbishment, during which they are going to transform the auction scene from what it currently is to something that people have called a little bit more politically correct. We actually now know that that is going to close on the 23rd of April, and it is set to reopen on the 24th of May. And lastly, another date we finally know about is the opening of Pixar Pier at California Adventure. Also at D23 in Japan, they announced that it is going to be opening on the 23rd of June, which is right around the time that I thought it was going to open because it just made a lot of sense. So this means that everything as part of Pixar Pier is going to be opening at that time except the new Inside Out themed attraction, which they still have not released any details about, but everything else will be open by that point. We also got a new piece of concept art so we can see what the entrance is going to look like, although they did admit that the lamp on top is going to be joining it after the opening, which is a little bit interesting. But if you're going to be traveling to the Disneyland Resort after the 23rd of June this year, then you're going to be able to experience the all-new Pixar Pier, complete with the Incredicoaster and all the new Pixar-themed neighborhoods. So this is all really, really good news. A lot of little stories, but they add up to a lot of important information, a lot of important dates if you are planning your trip sometime this half of the year to the Disneyland Resort. So hopefully that helps you guys. Make sure that you also follow us on Facebook or Instagram so you can kind of keep up to date with some of the other updates that we've been doing as well as other helpful tips and tricks. Make sure that you also like and subscribe so you can get more videos like this one and also our normal videos that we do. I know this week this has become our Tuesday video, but it's just because I only found out about a lot of these things last night. so I have to try and make them in as quickly as I can. You can also visit us at DisneylandForever.com, our website, to get even more information, and we will see you guys next week. All right, bye.